This is Jonathan St. James, and you're listening to The Truth is Still Straight podcast. All right, folks, this is Jonathan St. James, and once again, The Truth is Still Straight podcast. Thank you. Okay, so I want to give a shout out for those who are paying attention, who are listening, liking, subscribing, whatever you're doing in between these things. And those people are Pedro Falcone, Tatiana Cruz. I don't know. I was going to call Tatiana Lee. Lee is the next person that I always mention. Lee, Tessie, Sister Millie from the West Coast. V, Mr. Wilkes, Mahir, Milton Gonzalez, Beverly, Snotty, Reggie, Courtney, Claw. I'm going to keep saying K-Law. I don't know why. RJ, Latoya, Shelia, Michael Thomas, Darrell, Big G Galloway, and Sam T. Thank you for your support. So in the news, a lot of people talking about R. Kelly, that he got 30 years in federal pen.
Oh my.
A lot of people are comparing him to I don't know how to Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't know how to Shalane. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but they're comparing to her. She got, I think, 20 years or it's less than him. I can't remember. But she got less than him. And people saying, why did she get less? But let's keep in mind the two roles were different. She played a supporting role. He not only supported his role in Yak, but he did some things, you know. So there's a little extra there because he did a little extra. And that's the point. So
come on, man.
All right, people. So who do I boo today? I don't really have a boo person today, but because she always knows that I boo her, I'm going to boo Sister Millie from the West Coast just because. All right. Also, I want to say, interesting thing. Last week, I believe I received some hate comments on one of my videos. I don't even know what video it is, but listen here. If you don't like what I'm saying, that's cool. You know, I don't have a problem. Not everyone's going to like what I say or do, and I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is you insulting me. Just makes no sense. If you have a better point to make the point. I welcome it. A lot of people have had some points that I hadn't thought of in my reaction videos or any video. And if you feel that way, sure, share your viewpoint. If you felt like I said something in error, I have no problem with that. But for you to insult me or talk about me in a negative way, that is just unacceptable. And I will definitely delete the comment because it makes no sense for me to deal with haters at this point in time. I'm not that popular to have all those haters. So for you who like to insult me, not many, but there have been a few since I've been recording. But here's what I have to say to you.
How dare you?
Yeah, get a life, move on with your life. Like I said, you can definitely not appreciate what I'm saying. I respect your feelings in that, but insulting me is way over. Insulting me personally, and you don't know me, it's way over the line. And people just need to get over themselves and just really grow up. That's what you need to do.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
All right, so now we're just gonna go right into the video. And today's video I'm gonna react to is once again, IG Live. And then this was of why do women object to being ranked? I'm not sure what date this is. So, but here it is, March 18th. So that was March 18th of this year when he was in Miami, Florida. It's an IG video. I'm going to react to that and make sure that I lined it up perfectly so you can hear the conversation. And as most videos, I usually start it in progress because some of them are longer than others, and I don't want to play a whole video and be here for over an hour. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Now, hold on one second here. Got to do this first, line it up. You'll hear the audio before you hear the video.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Let's go ahead. So, what's going on today with women and rankings? Women don't like rankings or don't like men's opinions. What do you think the disconnect is?
I think the disconnect is having a problem with rejection. You
Okay.
know, women really, we don't really deal with rejection, not to the capacity that men do, and so
That's true.
we don't want to hear that lie. We don't want to hear anything that's
What?
that's not our idea
What?
or that doesn't make sense to us or
Okay.
what someone else told us.
Okay. So let me flip that.
What?
The women would rather live a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. See, funny thing is, and I agree, but then I'm going to ask you, ma'am. The woman just said that women don't like rejection. In fact, women don't like the truth.
That's true.
That's why they hide from the scale. That's why you'll say you're in 10 when you're really a 5. This is why you'll say I'm a BBW. I'm fat. I'm thick when you're obese.
That's true.
Women over inflate themselves because they don't like the truth. But then I'll ask one question. Then why are women so preoccupied with men lying to you if women live lies?
I don't know. I just feel like you can't expect someone to be real with you if you can't be real with yourself.
That's a good point. Yeah, a lot of people are not real with themselves, especially on the lady side. I mean, there's some guys. I know some guys that are definitely not real with themselves, and they look at women and they want to punch above their weight class, but not realizing their sexual market value is not very high. And then they want to know why they can't get the women they want, but they haven't put themselves in a predicament for women to be interested in them in that manner. And then when it doesn't work out, all of a sudden, they're going nuts and blaming women for that, but should be blaming themselves. So, yeah, but that's definitely a good point she had.
Do you disagree, man? 24?
I'm sorry.
No, when I said that, I said, so would you say that women are comfortable living a lie? And you kind of perked up. It's like, huh?
Oh no, I agree.
I know, but I'm asking the other lady.
I don't agree. I mean,
This is a certified hood classic.
I would rather the truth. If I'm not what you want, you can be honest and tell me that. I'm gonna take it. But the living a lie part, I don't.
Okay, I just asked about your friends. Are any of them average? How many friends are all of your friends 8s, 9s, and 10s?
Definitely.
Nope.
I mean, I would consider them, yes.
Would I consider them that? Would men like myself consider them that?
Nope.
Probably.
That's either a yes or no.
No.
Then that's a lie, man.
That's facts.
You can consider whatever, but are you marrying them? Are you dating them? And see, the fact of the matter, you said even my friends, and I just showed you that even in your friends, you're lying.
Ain't gonna consider me.
That girl in the background. So, for those of you who don't know what was going on, the one prior to this one that he has on now, she was had a friend on the other side that kind of was disturbing the conversation. That's why I didn't really play, because there was some back and forth from the peanut gallery. So instead of letting you hear this from the background, I just decided to start it when it looked like they was having a decent conversation. But unfortunately, he had that other woman on that did have the background conversation. So I let it play a little longer than I would have liked to. But as you see, it was not an intellectual conversation.
See, they can't handle the truth.
That's facts.
They can't handle the truth. And it's not, and this is why I want everybody to keep getting up top. Men are belittling women and degrading women and already did. I'm like, no, you got to get to the point to where women can understand the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And when it gets too hot, what do? They run.
They run.
That's what happened. So hold on.
You gonna put the next lady on?
Because she probably got off the phone because she probably figured her friend was about to just snap. And that's cool. Hold on. And how old are you again, ma'am?
I'm 26.
26. Are you single, married, what?
I'm single.
Single, ready to mingle.
All right. Well, women don't like rejection. Granted.
She reminds me of my friend Navara. Slightly.
Then how should women deal with the hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good. How old are you?
I am 37.
What?
37. So we're talking about this whole thing.
Hold on.
And why women seem to have such an issue with men's opinions, i.e., ranking. What do you think about the topic?
Okay, so just a background about myself. I have 2 daughters. I was married for 11 years. I've been engaged 4 times.
4 times.
I was
Whoa.
4 times.
4 times?
4 times. I was divorced because my ex-husband, it was an abusive relationship.
Emotional
But
damage.
about the ranking of women, I feel like the older women get, the smaller the poo becomes. And a lot of women can't accept that because they think that their standards should be the same as when they're in their 20s, 30s, the 40s, 50s. But what a lot of them don't realize is a lot of men of a certain age, the way they rank us is personality, character, looks. The first thing that to get a man, the first thing is looks. A man looks a certain thing.
But my thing, okay, but if women rank each other by looks.
Yeah, we do. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Get around women. Y'all calling that bitch, that's a skinny bitch. This or this or that. Or that. Y'all don't like y'all destroy each other.
Ooh.
But this is the thing.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Women will destroy another. I mean, I work in style and fashion. I hear how women talk about women.
So let me stop it there. See what she did. So what she did was she she kind of glanced over real quickly over the facts about herself that she really didn't want to discuss. She said she had 2 kids, was married for 11 years, was engaged 4 times. And then she said she didn't want to talk about the marriage because it was abusive. But here's the thing. What was up with the 4 engagements?
Got him.
And why she didn't mention any of those, but it mentioned the abusive marriage. And she said it so fast that Kevin didn't have the chance to react to it.
Bruh.
Let's continue.
Y'all rank each other, but then women don't like when we do it. Who's supposed to rank you then?
That's what I'm saying. So I always tell people this, like when we get dressed and I go out and I wear tight clothes and I wear sexy clothes, I look sexy. I look sexy for men. Women wear Chanel bags for women. Therefore, we rank each other. Women rank each other about fashion. Men rank.
But I'm asking who's supposed to rank you?
The men are supposed to rank us. That's how it's supposed to be. If you want to get a man, that's how it works. Like men rank us. Like I'm a very traditional woman. The man is supposed to choose you, just like a man is supposed to be down on his knee. The man chooses the woman. The woman does not choose the man.
Okay.
And a lot of women can't accept that.
She said very traditional. I'm just saying. She said traditional woman. Okay. Don't sound traditional.
So well, you mentioned that you were engaged. You're divorced now?
Yeah, I just literally, just got divorced.
What?
And 2 kids?
I have 2 daughters. Yep.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. How old did she say she was? 37. Let's do a little math here. So 37 minus 11 is 26, right? 26. 2 kids. I'm guessing from marriage, but I'm not quite sure. When did she have time to be engaged 4 times? So from 18, 17 to 26, you engaged 4 times? Because you said you just got divorced. Or were you divorced and engaged at the same time?
Oh, the deception, the betrayal, man. You deceived me.
Very interesting. Let's see if they get into that. I'm not sure they do, but let's try.
Are you 30? How old again?
37.
37.
You plan on remarrying?
No. No.
Honestly, I don't know.
How are you?
Nope.
I'm always curious when women are like, I always say that so many of our women are like the engagement queens. How do you land 4 engagements?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I hear women talk about they want to get married, they want this and they want that, and look at them. I'm like,
She
I
answered
just
the
want
question.
happiness. So I can't honestly tell
Happiness?
you.
Happiness?
I just want happiness, stability, and peace.
Okay, but happiness is marriage about happiness?
Marriage is about respect and love.
So here's the problem. You see, he asked her about the engagement, and she didn't even respond to that, despite saying she was engaged 4 times. I know you, if you heard the same thing that I heard in the beginning of the conversation.
Come on, man.
To me, marriage is about looking at the person next to you, deciding that you. To me, marriage is respect. You decide that you want to look. You want to.
Okay, I'm gonna come back because I'm hearing the talking points, but there's my spidey senses are going on.
Yeah.
4 engagements and $2. Yeah, I got questions.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Ooh,
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I agree.
How old are you?
33.
33. What is it that women don't like about men's rankings or opinions?
I think women are afraid of the truth.
Afraid?
Yes.
That's what the other lady
Your
said.
internet is kind of sketchy right now.
Oh.
Maybe it was me. Okay, women are afraid of the truth.
That's what the other lady said. That's facts.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm curious, because I grew up around all women, and I would see women openly lying to themselves, kicking the scale up under the counter, cutting the tags out of clothes. Y'all know what you look like. Do y'all really expect us to act like we don't see what we see?
I think a lot of women live in like a delusion of
Many
you're
do.
always told that think highly of yourself. You never let anyone tell you that you're less than or that you're not pretty. And so that's what they expect.
I agree with that.
That's fine to have good self-esteem, but there's only one valedictorian. There's only one winner. What women aren't doing is they're not told how to compete.
That's true.
True.
This is why
true.
I hope so many, I don't know what's going on. We got 5 bars here. This is why so many.
Yeah, I wanted to briefly comment on that. That is true because women are told how to be single. Facts. Those are straight facts. Straight, you know what I mean? But never are they told how to be a wife, how to be a girlfriend, how to be a significant other.
I mean, don't you have a bag?
Right. So they are definitely groomed to be single. And I wonder if that is by design, by someone who put it out there that they wanted women to be single. Just a theory. I mean, I don't have any proof on that, but when you listen to a lot of conversations, it may be an inadvertent sabotage. Not sure, but let's go on.
Women today are not able to sustain relationships.
That's facts.
I know you said you was watching a fight, but you look like you been in one.
Check the Wi-Fi here. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can hear you. Rest in peace.
So, are you single or married or what, ma'am? 33?
Engaged.
She is joking, but she's from the Bronx, so is she?
Okay.
Engaged.
First engagement?
No.
You can say that. First engagement with a ring. Yeah.
No. What?
How long? You said you've been out. What'd you say? You've been engaged for how long?
Stupid. Engaged for 2 years.
What?
Okay, what's the holdup?
The holdup was me.
Right.
We got engaged pretty quickly in a sense. We were together 8 months.
2 years?
Well, we were together 8 months before we got engaged. Or when we got engaged.
Let them wait.
And so at that time was the time when I decided, okay, we can move in together.
So let me ask, okay, you're taking a long time. Do you women seem to act, I seem to move like men are never going to run out.
They are.
Okay.
I mean, I have a date now.
Okay, good. So when you were saying you want to be happy, man, okay, you have $2 though, right?
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have 2 daughters.
Are you raising your daughters to be wives, or are you raising your daughters to be independent women?
Independent women.
No, you can't be both.
I raised my daughter to be.
You can't be both. You can't be both.
I'm raising my daughter to be wise.
Oh my.
But also understand the importance of
Smell cap.
manifesting what you want and being able to
There's no
support
such thing
yourself.
as manifest. No.
Nope.
Manifest.
I'm raising my daughters to be wives. Yes, I'm raising my daughters to be wives.
What?
I'm raising my daughters to serve a man.
You can overtalk me. Manifest.
What you talking about, Willie?
Yeah, that manifesting. Boy, let me tell you.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I know women for 20 plus years and they still waiting for manifestation to come to reality. Yeah. They out here talking about
I'm fighting for my life.
what? Yeah, to get the ideal situation for them when it comes to relationships. But let's move on.
Word over here. I call it bullshit.
Oops.
You don't manifest anything. You don't manifest straight A's. You work for straight A's.
That's facts.
You stupid.
What are you raising? So I'm curious because I don't know, but I'm going to ask as a woman who wants to be happy. I don't know why you're divorced and you're engaged 4 times. That's intriguing. But what are you raising your daughters to do for a man? What are you teaching your daughters that they're supposed to do for a man?
Honestly, I mean, they don't know yet. Balls empty, stomach full.
Do what?
What?
Balls empty, stomach full.
No.
So
There's no way. There's no way.
Oh, no, he didn't. Miss Peaches?
I don't think she's telling her daughter. There's no way you telling your daughters that. No.
fucking cook.
No. To serve, serve a man. Like to serve a man. That's honestly, it's hard to explain, but like I was raised like that's how my mom was. To serve the man. Let the man be the man. Let him lead. That's what I'm raising my daughters to do. That might be wrong, but that's how I was.
You said balls empty, stomach full, and balls empty. So you, like he said, now you changing the subject.
Got him.
But he called you out, and you kind of changed the truth right there. So now you said about serving a man, you went from feeding him and giving him a blowjob to serving him. It's not the same thing, but certainly.
This is a certified hood classic.
But continue.
It's insufficient.
Huh?
It's insufficient.
It's insufficient?
Very much so.
How is it insufficient?
That only deals with a man's primal needs.
Mm-hmm.
A wife's number one goal is to manage her husband's ego.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with his stomach or his balls first.
I agree with that.
So I understand. No, I respect that. No, I understand that. What I'm saying, it's a whole package. It's not just like, it's not literally just balls.
What I'm trying to ask you, because women want to hear from women who've been married, who are older, and I need you ladies to understand that you don't really give younger women any information. I mean, and I'm trying to imagine you talking to your daughters, and I have a daughter. Hey, what you do for your husband? Keep his balls empty and his stomach full. All right, go get married.
But you said
that is insufficient. But if I ask you how you teach your daughters to survive, I bet you would talk for an hour.
I teach them to edify to edify a man.
You changing that
That's
story.
fine.
More versions in the Bible.
Do you think women learn by watching or hearing?
Watching, for sure.
I think actions speak louder than words, so watching.
So how are your daughters seeing their mother do these things that she's saying that they should do?
I'm sorry, what you say?
How are your daughters seeing their mother do these things that she says that they should do?
That's
in
a
my
good
actions.
point.
But you're unmarried.
Right.
But that was my choice.
That is a good point, Kevin. Let's continue.
I could have still been married. That was my choice. Because I just said I was in an abusive relationship. So do I stay in an abusive relationship or do I leave?
Well, I'm going to ask questions. So if you want to go down that path.
No.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me do this again.
Should I
All right, let's see what Kevin does and says.
No, I was just saying. I mean, no, okay.
Were
So
there
I'm
police
saying,
reports involved?
huh?
Were there police reports involved?
Were there? Yes, actually, I'm a police officer myself, so that's why. Yes, I'm in law enforcement myself, so I definitely had to get out of that. Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. Today's women aren't teaching their daughters enough. Balls empty, stomach full, that's very primitive. Women are to be a man's inspiration. You're supposed to understand my ego. You're supposed, before you know what my stomach needs, you need to know what my ego eats. And one of the biggest disconnects is we know y'all far more than y'all know us.
That's true.
So when relationships,
What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
the communication falls apart is because you ladies in general lack the communication skills to talk to us. We understand how to talk to y'all because we're raised by a bunch of women. This is why there's such a big disconnect. So when a man hears a woman that was engaged 4 times, he's like, how did it happen? Because I was like, why did it take so many different times and then you were engaged 4 times and you married once? It's like 5 different engagements or 4. 5 or 4 engagements.
So 3, and I got married in the 4th time. So 4 engagements.
All right. So at age 55, what does life look like for you socially? Your kids are out of the house.
So I want to stop. See, now we've got the story there. So she said she was married. I mean, married after the 3 engagements. So the marriage was the 4th engagement. But see, shame on her husband. I'm not letting her off the hook quite as easily as Kevin did, because Kevin often would ask her, when did he become abusive? Year 1 or year 11? So what happened between the first year and the year you found out that he was abusive and the year you got divorced? Because those 3 previous engagements, why did that happen?
How rude.
So he doesn't seem to really ask her in this conversation, but I would love to know, what was it about the 3 engagements before the marriage that disqualified 3 different men for marriage? Let's continue.
Socially, what does life look like for you?
Well, I honestly, I mean, I do want to have a life partner. Whether marriage is my ultimate goal, because to me, marriage is a vow, it's a piece of paper. But like, even if I decide commitment with the
Marriage
same
is a
person,
what? Marriage
I mean,
is a what?
it's a vow before the Lord. It's a piece of paper for the court. 55 years old, I do want to be in a committed relationship with someone. I want to have a life partner. By then, I plan on being a life partner. I don't want to be a woman who's 55 years old just taking care of my
a modern womanist. So, so this is my biggest concern when we have modern women, womanist, feminist, this manifesting life partner. This is what's destroyed the Black community. Life partners. What the hell does that mean? So when my spidey senses were going off and I asked, what do you teach your daughters? I'm going to say that you're going to raise your daughters to be like you. Men are a selectable option.
You said a selectable option?
That's what he said.
4 engagements? That don't make no sense.
That's
4
what
engagements?
I'm saying too.
I'm not going to get into the divorce.
Right. Who was you dating?
I'm the mayor of Debonair, and I'm about to be player extraordinaire.
Who were you dating?
Have some questions, and but then you say at 55 you want to have a life partner, and I'm like, my question is, you going to have your $2.4 million that you need to retire on?
Yes, I will.
I will. All right, good. So one of the biggest issues I think in our community is women aren't taught that they need to meet our standards. You're taught that we need to meet your standards. This is when you hear all this manifestation, happiness, vision, partner, and it's bull crap to us men. This is why you start to see non-Black women invading into this space to pick off the Black men, because the number one reason why men cheat on their women is not sex. You know what men is looking for? Anybody want to guess?
Them.
Huh?
Someone to listen to them.
Okay, what do you think?
It's ego. Someone to make them feel like they're the most important man in the world.
No, they're looking for femininity.
The divine
For that. Divine femininity. That's very true.
No, not divine femininity. So if I were to ask you women, from the top up, who is your ideal black feminine role model? Who would you say you would aspire to be like?
Oh, geez.
We said Topo. No, sorry.
Yeah, you can go.
Me?
Yeah, you go first.
Oh, I would say honestly, it would be a cross between like Lena.
Only
Horne.
one person.
Me?
Only one person.
Oh, are we like Lena Horne?
Who?
Lena Horne.
Go ahead, man. Next.
I'll just say I don't really have a person because unfortunately it's hard to say that there's not many that I can pull from. So
okay. Yeah, what about you, man? Top.
There's so many, but I feel like I'm more so inspired to be like the women that weren't around me. Or the women that
one woman that we would all know.
Come on, man.
I would say Dorothy.
Who?
Dorothy Dandridge.
Dandridge.
Okay.
I smell cat.
And you don't have any idea.
Michelle Obama.
Oh my.
All right. Lena Horne, what do you know about Lena Horne's life?
Nothing.
She was like, it's weird to say that. She was very feminine. She was artsy. She was beautiful. She was very classy. She was to me, she was a lady. And I just always just learning.
Would Lena Horne have been a police officer?
Hmm?
Would Lena Horne have been a law enforcement officer?
Nah, B.
Probably not. So
I have a reason why I did that.
I can tell you why I did that. I actually I'm a chemical engineer, master's of chemical engineering.
Okay, here's one of the problems today. When I ask women in general, black women in particular, for a feminine ideal role model, invariably you give me somebody who's beautiful but not really feminine.
Lena Horne's not feminine.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't know if I believe most of the stuff coming out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm reading very masculine energy from the rip.
Mm-hmm.
So Lena Horne is a beautiful woman, but your life is reading extremely masculine.
You know what I'm reading from her? This is what I'm reading.
You gotta bob and weave, bob and use your weave.
That hairstyle is really disturbing me. And I usually not try to be critical on people's looks because it's not like I'm such a great prize myself, but that thing is making her look like,
Girl, you look like you've been hit in the face with a bag of knickers.
but let's keep on.
Balls empty, stomach full, life partner, manifestation, engagement multiple times. You're a law enforcement officer. Lena Horne ain't none. The image of Lena Horne ain't none of that.
Mm-hmm.
None of that. And that's okay because the issue is that you're 37, right? Generation X and baby boomers did not teach the knowledge that they gained from the previous generations and didn't teach you that.
Nope.
So you guys are all trying to make it up. So it doesn't surprise me that I talked to you and say we were together 8 months before we got engaged and it took me 2 years. You're terrified about fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Because you don't have a feminine role model. You don't have something to aspire to. And in places where you don't want to talk about, you're not confident that you're the woman you need to be to go 30, 40, 50 years into marriage.
1,000%.
So when I ask women what do you need to do, I get basic shit like balls empty, stomach full. And it's like, try eat me. I'm like, there's more to it than that.
Why is she acting surprised? She
And our
said
young
it.
girls are being taught that men are simple. And we are simple, but our ego. And the one thing that men do not tolerate, high value across the board, is masculinity in women. And I'm starting to see that more of our women, you're not doing it on purpose, but they're masculine things that pop up from time to time. Because I'm gonna tell you, ladies, something. I'm gonna switch the panel. Any decisions that you make in fear, scarcity, or lack, ultimately end up in anxiety and stress. Those are all wrong-headed decisions, and they put you in the defensive survival masculine, hunting.
Yeah.
The thing about being with the man is a man in general gives a woman options. And a man of value gives a woman freedom. Single women are not free. You're bound. You're bound to your jobs. You're bound to your bills. You're bound. Your husband is the most oppressive husband ever, the state. So I'm saying if you got a daughter, I would encourage you to teach your daughter to prize femininity so they can attract masculine provider males and not life partners and all this other kind of stuff. Because masculine provider males don't play that life partner manifest. They'll just keep their mouth closed and go pick the girl out of the secretarial pool or something. And you'll be like, well, I got a PhD in that. Barista at Starbucks, as long as she's feminine. Any question before we wrap up, though?
So
Yeah.
my question is,
Go ahead.
so more feminine, and for more feminine energy, maybe I can be engaged a fifth time. I'm just asking, like, I'm sorry, it was a joke. But like, so
B.
more feminine energy on my part. Is it because of my career, or like, is it because my? Like, I just want to know, because I'm always looking
your
for
career.
ways to myself.
Your career is one of the 7 careers that men of value avoid.
What'd you say?
Your career path is one of the career paths that men of value avoid.
Yeah.
Law, psychology, law enforcement.
Aha.
All those are red fucking flags. Men with any sense and value run.
Why?
Because you don't have a dick. It's a masculine profession. It requires you to be in your masculine energy. Man, you orders. You got law enforcement. You have the power of the state.
Can I say one thing real quick? So that's been my issue. I tell men all the time, I don't want to go to work and have to bark orders. I want to come home and be submissive. That's always been my thing. I want to be able to come home and be submissive.
Yeah, but that's not an easy task. I'm sorry. It's not. You know, I'm in that field. I'm in that law field, law enforcement field. And it's true. It's very difficult. Those relationships are very hard to come by, successful. A lot of times women like that end up with other law enforcement men, or they end up with these kind of men.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Oh, I didn't mean to put the damn son, but they end up with this kind of men.
Beta.
Yeah, they end up with those kind of guys who are not doing well. So, and they're usually before they become law enforcement. So they kind of hook up with those guys. But yeah, he's right with that masculine energy.
Right.
Can I?
But you're not. You come home and probably, if I interviewed the men you dated, and or married, they would tell me being with you is blank. Fill in the word.
You want me to fill in the word?
No, your sister.
Being with you is blank.
I've always heard easy.
What was your question, Sarah?
Oh, I was gonna say that the reason why, and I'll just give you a different perspective, is because I was watching this podcast about this, and it was actually really interesting how our work relationship trickles into our intimate relationships.
They do.
So we have to be mindful on our career paths, because we do have to, as women, sometimes when you're working in that field, you have to embody a more masculine energy. Yep. And so what I notice with men and with women, sometimes you don't know that work energy off. You don't know how to turn off that masculine energy.
Have you ever noticed why so many men, as you move up higher, tend to marry women who worked in some sort of restaurant, hospitality,
something of service,
retail, because those women know how to serve, know how to be pleasant. And then I have archetypes that I talk about, the averagers. And I've got a podcast right here talking about the attorney and the realtor. The attorney is superior between the attorney and the doctor. They are the two most difficult ones to deal with. But right under them, that's the law enforcement shit.
Seriously? Where is this written? I need to read that book.
It's real. Those are real facts. I'm just saying. So I'm going to leave it there. Sort of felt like the end of the conversation. So I'll definitely leave it there and move on. But What time it is now, folks? It's time for the braces. Relationship braces. Bringing hearts together, one heart at a time. 3 ladies on the live with Kevin. What can you really do to get it together and find love in a permanent fashion before you hit the wall? Now, what could I say about these ladies? They're not quite the same, but similar. The one in the top seems to be a little ahead of the one on the bottom, but the one on the lower right claims that she's getting married. But whether she's married or not, the key to this is understanding what it is you want. What is the outcome of a relationship that you seek, whether it's marriage, whether it's life partner, or just a good time. You got to figure out what entails, what embodies the outcomes that you want, and you have to carry yourself in that manner authentically. Can't be a chameleon. You can't pretend to be something you're not, because after a while, you only end up being who you really are. So what happens with everyone, you, me, everybody. We always end up being the person we really are after some time. If you're really a good person, you'll be a good person after some time. If you're a creep, a jerk, a clown, a loser, a liar, a cheater, you'll eventually be those things because you can't help but to default back to who you are. So be the woman a man wants, but be that authentically. And those are the braces. All right, folks. Once again, this is the end of another show. And if you want to hate, remember, don't bother. Congratulate. That being said, it is Jonathan St. James, and this is The Truth is Still Straight, and I am out.